How are you? How good? Right. Yeah. Right. And they're gonna work you and then be like, oh, you did it before for me. Then, and the mayor and the council president issue, and now you're like, wow, they changed their minds. Like, I don't know, they've done. It's really cool. Yeah, right. It's really not complicated. Right. Yeah, like tonight. Tonight, I didn't want to go.
No.
Great.
No. No.
It's time to be there.
Oh, yeah, yeah, actually, I saw her daughters in the hallway.
Gonna walk up.
Yeah. Right? Oh, right there, right there, the husband and the two daughters, to your right.
Thank you.
Oh. Got it.
Back house.
Yeah.
That clock is really off.
Oh, I. Someday.
We good? Can you turn the mics? Perfect. Thank you. Got another
7.
7 here. Yeah, Cynthia, can you put everyone in the chat? Welcome everyone to Monday, July 27th, Township Council meeting. Councilwoman Hablitz, please lead us in the salute to the flag. All rise. Thank you. You may be seated. Madam Clerk, please read a statement of public notice.
Take notice that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with NJSA 10:4-8 and NJSA 10:4-10 as follows. A notice of the meeting was prominently posted on the bulletin board at the municipal building located at 225 Main Street, Little Falls, New Jersey on January 14, 2026. A copy of the notice was sent to the North Jersey Herald and News and the Record on the same date. Additionally, a copy of the notice was filed in the office of the Township Clerk on said date. A link and a telephone number to join the meeting virtually can be accessed on the Township website at littlefallsnj.gov. Electronic provisions have been established for the public to participate during the public comment portion of the meeting.
Thank you. At this time, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Patel, Councilmember Murphy,
Present.
Councilmember Hablitz. Present. Councilmember Vanchery.
Present.
Council President Scoba.
Present. Mayor Damiano, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Council President. This evening, we have a number of recognitions, as you can tell by the jam-packed room here. We have a couple of sports teams that we want to recognize, as well as two girls who earned the Gold Award in the Girl Scouts this year. And first, to start this evening, before we get to the sports teams, I am going to invite up Abigail and Bailey so that we can recognize them for earning the Gold Award for girls. All right, so Abigail and Bailey have earned the prestigious Girl Scout Gold Award, the highest honor in Girl Scout. This distinguished achievement recognizes Girl Scouts who demonstrate exceptional leadership, address important community needs through sustainable projects, and create lasting positive change. The Gold Award represents the culmination of a Girl Scouts leadership journey. Before becoming eligible, Girl Scouts must complete the Bronze and Silver Awards, building the skills and experience needed to take on significant community projects. Earning a Gold Award requires participants to identify a community issue, develop and lead a sustainable solution, build partnerships, and demonstrate a measurable long-term impact. Fewer than 6% of eligible Girl Scouts nationwide earn this distinguished honor. We have two standing right here with us this evening. Abby and Bailey began their award journey with the Troops Bronze Award Project, constructing a Gaga pit at Lewis Street Park to provide a fun and active gathering space for local youth. For the Silver Award, the pair focused on encouraging girls to explore computer science. They organized and led several coding workshops at the local library, introducing girls in the community to coding through interactive games and hand-on activities. For her Gold Award, Abby partnered with the Little Falls Historical Society to create a self-guided historical walking tour throughout the town. She developed a map highlighting locations featuring historical photographs, allowing residents and visitors to compare past and present views of Little Falls while following designated walking routes. Bailey's Gold Award focused on strengthening Passaic Valley High School's technical theater program. Working with the school's fine art department, she trained fellow students in the operation of the lighting and sound systems and created easy-to-follow instructional manuals to ensure future students can confidently operate the equipment. Through the Bronze, Silver, and now Gold Award projects, Abby and Bailey each contributed more than 100 hours of volunteer service, demonstrating an outstanding commitment to leadership, service, and community engagement. The Girl Scout Gold Award is recognized by colleges, universities, employers, and the U.S. military as a symbol of exceptional leadership, dedication, and service. Abby and Bailey join an elite group of young women whose projects leave a lasting impact on their communities and inspire others to lead through service. We get a huge round of applause for these three folks. So we don't have them here with us this evening, but we're gonna have proclamations made up for the two of you that we're gonna deliver to your house so you have them that you can display. And we're gonna invite your parents up here for a quick photo because I know they were both instrumental in assisting you achieve these gold awards. So let's hear it for everybody one more time. All right, up next, we have our 2026 Little Falls Franzudo Law Championship season. Certainly a season that these boys will remember. Champions are built through hard work, resilience, teamwork, and a commitment to improving every time they step on the field. The 2026 Little Falls Franzudo Law team exemplified those qualities from opening day through the final out of the championship game. After opening the season with a tough one-run loss, the team responded with determination, winning 8 of its next 9 games and establishing itself as the league's best. The offense was consistently productive, scoring 64 runs in 10 games, while the defense and pitching allowed just 27 runs all season. The regular season featured impressive victories over strong opponents and prepared the team for a successful postseason. In the playoff, Little Falls Franzudo Law defeated the Little Falls QB 5-2 in the semifinal before capturing the league's championship with an 8-5 victory over Totowa Vanchery. Finishing the year with an 8-2 record, an impressive 37-run differential, the numbers tell only part of the story. The true legacy of this team lies in the friendships formed, the lessons learned, and the pride they've brought to the families and coaches and the Little Falls community. Let's have a huge round of applause for our Little Falls team. And now I want to invite up Coach Franzudo, call up all of his kids to get their medal, and all of the assistant coaches.
Start, leave the, it's still, assistant coaches, Justin Bogach, Chris Gullah, and Steve Cowan. And then the most important ones. Number 1, Jackson Thomas. Dominic DeLegro. Justin Franciosi. Jagger Martinez. Jack Duffy. Mason Saracusa. Vincenzo Castaldo. Ian Kim. I want to come over here. Nolan Bogach. Oh. AJ Gullah. Jack Franzudo. Lucas Cowan. And Luca Damiano. Only one nod here is Edward Cobb. I'll grab it. Take a picture. Somebody grab the trophy over there. I know the kids want that in.
You're gonna have good news. So get on there. Not something else.
President, get off.
Good see.
Alright, guys, down below, guys, starting with me. Yeah, can we get everybody in? Can we get everybody in? Take it in. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Guys, let's take a picture up on the stairs so we go up. Let's sit around.
All right, next up, we have our Passaic Valley Girls Youth Softball League champions, coached by Doug Rake. I'm going to ask you to come up here. Doug, where are you? Congratulations. All right, so Doug's super proud of these girls. They carried their first time softball coach. No. We'll ad-lib it. That's fine. To a good, with some golden arms, to a big championship with some big sluggers on the team. They lost their first game, and they learned at that point how to win. In every single game from there on out, including the team that they lost to in opening day, they beat all the way to their championship game. They had some fun memories along the way, and they had an incredible season. Congratulations. Congratulations, girls.
So we have a couple of girls away on vacation. So Allie Bush, we would like to recognize, she's not here with us today. Gia Ishos and Madison Vances. And is Michaela here, guys? I don't see it, right? Oh, she is. Never mind. All right, perfect. And then for the young ladies that are here, we'd like to start with Selena Suarez. Next would be Emma Gomez. Oh, you know me angry. That's messed up. Next up is going to be Emma Huck. After Emma, we have Gabby Ortiz. Then we have Juliana Macaluso. Right, then we have Laney Girl Shaka. Oh, you're gonna leave me hanging. That messed up. You guys are just leaving me all out here in the air. All right, next we have Michaela DiBerdino. Thank you. And McKenna Resch. And couldn't have done it. Oh, I knew she was going to do that. Couldn't have done it without our assistant coaches, Bobby and Rama. We also have Dan just here today. Appreciate all the help. Up with a picture. Go. Thank you. Hey, come on, maybe that's about time. Yeah, so although I'm probably shorter than some of them.
Hold on, wait.
Congratulations, girls. All right, last but not least this evening, we have our Lady Hornet 8U softball championship team, coached by Coach Kristen Duffy. Come on up. All right, and our Little Falls Lady Hornets 8U softball team had an outstanding season, finishing undefeated and winning the Verona Great 8 League Championship for the second consecutive season. From the first practice to the final game, the girls showed determination and focus. They continued to grow as players with every practice and every game, and were always ready to compete. Their postseason run was one to remember, with both the semifinal and championship games ending in dramatic walk-off victories in the bottom of the 6th inning. When the pressure was on, they found a way to get the job done. Finishing this season undefeated while repeating as champions is a tremendous accomplishment and a credit to the efforts these girls put in all season long. It was a season defined by hard work, exciting moments, and an incredible finish. Congratulations to our Lady Hornet 8U softball team.
Yeah, so I have a couple girls not here, Giada Anitelli, Michelina Belasco, Addison Oros, and Eleanor Hart. But for the girls that are here, number 5, Angelina Butler. Number 7, Samantha Duffy. Number 10, Nicolina Slavchev. Number 20, Evie Thomas. Number 23, Michaela Sestra. Number 26, Karina Gao. And number 33, Bella Dione. And of course, I couldn't do it without my assistant coaches, Rob Butler, Christine Oros, Matt Sestra, and Drew Thomas.
Congratulations, girls. All right, while everyone is certainly welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting, if you want to get your photos in the hallway, on the stairs, now's a great time.
Thank you, Chief. Have a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of June 22nd, 2026.
So moved.
Moved by Councilwoman Hablitz, second by Councilman Vanchery. Call the roll, Madam Clerk.
Councilmember Murphy,
Abstain.
Councilmember Hablitz,
Yes.
Councilmember Vanchery,
Yes.
Council President Scoba.
Yes. Have a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of July 13, 2026. Moved by Councilman Vanchery, second by Councilwoman Hablitz. Madam Clerk.
Councilmember Murphy,
Excuse me on that. I was abstaining on July 13th. Yes, on June 22nd. My apologies.
Councilmember Hablitz,
Yes.
Councilmember Vanchery,
Yes.
Council President Scoba.
Yes. Mayor Damiano.
Yeah, I'll give a very brief report this evening, largely having to do with the construction that is going on throughout town over the course of the summer. We targeted the summer with PSE&G to perform a lot of the upgrades that they are currently doing because there's a lower volume of traffic, especially with school being out, and it also makes their extended operating hours a little bit easier, especially in the areas near our schools. There is an electrical infrastructure upgrade project that is happening that is connecting some of their substations with significant underground electric conduit being run and eventually some wires that will connect substations to improve their infrastructure, not only in our area, but the greater surrounding area, ensuring greater reliability for our electric, at least for the power getting from substation to substation. Unfortunately, with our overhead wires in town, as we've all seen and experienced, especially over these past couple of months with these storms that we've had, high winds are taking down trees and taking out wires, which unfortunately this project will not be able to provide any assistance, but this will provide greater reliability for electric between PSE&G substations throughout the state. The other portion of the project that is happening at the same time is PSE&G gas project, where they are completing the final phase here in Little Falls of all of our gas mains being improved to high pressure mains. This is a big deal for us actually here in Little Falls, and many people don't realize that while it seems like it's something that isn't necessary and it seems like something that doesn't provide a direct benefit to too many residents, this is actually a significant improvement because we have so many residents lately, especially in light of the number of power outages that we've had and electrical issues that we've had, who are trying to install the gas-powered home generators. And part of the issue with that is if you are on part of the system where there is still the low-pressure main, which again will no longer be a problem in a couple of months, you are now required to pay about $3,500 in fees to improve the gas main from the street to your house in order to provide your generator with adequate gas to be able to run all the electric for your home. Once PSE&G completes the high pressure main upgrades, and although a lot of our town is already on it, every single resident and business in town that's looking to install a gas powered generator will be able to do so at no additional cost because the high pressure will now be delivered to their individual homes, and that's adequate to run the generators. So this is a major improvement. Will actually save Little Falls residents thousands and thousands of dollars over the years for all of those that are installing the generators, and it will provide a benefit to everyone. So bear with PSE&G really as they make these improvements throughout our municipality. Again, we targeted the summer. We're trying to get as much of this work done in the summer while they are able to work these extended hours. We're hoping it doesn't fall too far into the fall season. So hoping a lot of work gets done over the month of August so that we can get to a point now where we have our gas mains all on the high pressure system and the electrical substations connected. So both things that will benefit Little Falls residents over the course of the years. Those are my major updates this evening, Council President, unless the council has any questions that I can answer about the town.
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, we'll move to council reports. Councilwoman Christine Hablitz.
Thank you, Council President. So just some library updates. This Tuesday, the library will be having their poetry and open mic session at 7 p.m. at the library. Also, everybody can get ready for their August book club. They have a monthly book club at the library. This month, it will be The King, The Life of Charles III. You will be able to join the book club on Monday, August 3rd at 6 p.m. or Wednesday, August 5th at 11 a.m. As always, for more library updates, you can join their social media or the library's website. The Little Falls Recreation Department is still looking for sponsors for the 2027 calendar. If you're interested in sponsorship, please contact Tyler Passaro at tpassaro at littlefallsnj.gov. Movie nights are on schedule again for the month of August. They will be at Wilmore Park. The movies will start at dusk at Wilmore Park, and they will be August 12th, 19th, and 26th. And finally, registration is open for our annual Little Falls 5K Spooky Sprint, which will be Sunday, October 18th at 9 a.m. You can register at runsignup.com/runlittlefalls. And if you want to get ready for the run, you can join our Sunday Run Club that leaves from the market, the Little Falls Farmers Market, every Sunday, 8:45 a.m. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Chris Vanchery.
Thanks, Mr. President. Few things on my end. First, kudos to the Little Falls Rec Department. This past weekend was the annual Water Fest. To say it was a success is an understatement. Everybody was there having a good time. I represented a council getting out there too, making sure I dove on the slides, kids with the water guns. But no, it was a great event. So kudos to the rec department. Also, thank you to the Little Falls Fire Department for coming in with one of their engines and, you know, pulling out the hose and the cannons and having fun with the kids. It was just a great day. Weather was nice. So thank you for that. And I know they're already planning for next year. Also, want to thank New Jersey Transit as well. This past Friday, myself, a resident on Montclair Ave, as well as Deputy Chief Pressing, and I met with the NJT liaison to talk about some concerns that the residents have over on Montclair related to the train station. So appreciate the New Jersey Transit taking the time to, look at the grounds, take some photos, and hopefully address some of the concerns that were conveyed by the resident of Montclair Ave. Also, kudos to the Little Falls Police Department. For our last Transportation Committee meeting, we did something different where Deputy Chief Pressing and Corporal Panola took our committee out on the road, on Wilmore Road, precisely, to show them perception as well as some of the speed radar. It was a nice session to really educate some of our committee members who sometimes say, hey, they're speeding. And the reality is it's not when you look at the perception. So just grateful for both Deputy Chief Pressing as well as Corporal Panola for taking the time to show some of our residents that had some concerns with how they monitor for traffic and everything else. So really appreciate that. Lastly, the the calendar blasts and the Facebook posts and as well as Instagram will go out in August, the 9/11 ceremony. It's the 25th anniversary of the events of September 11th. So our ceremony will take place on September 11th at 6 p.m. at Wilmore Road Park. As I said, we'll start communicating that out now that we're closer to the date. So hopefully everybody can join us as we remember those who we lost 25 years ago, including two of our own. That's it for me, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Mike Murphy.
Thank you, Council President. So first, I'd like to congratulate all the teams we had here tonight and the two Girl Scout recipients. It was quite a packed house here, so just like to congratulate everybody. Quick update on the Domestic Violence Awareness Committee front. We had our meeting scheduled for 8/4. Like I said, last meeting, that is National Night Out. So just a quick change in that to Tuesday, August 11th. That's going to be in the upstairs room of Town Hall, and this meeting is also going to be virtual. So if anybody wants to join, just shoot me an email, mmurphy@littlefallsnj.gov. And I'll be sure to send the Zoom link out to you. Other than that, that's all I have, Council President. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief, anything for us this evening? Thank you. Have a motion to open the meeting to the public for agenda items. So moved by Councilman Vanchery, second by Councilman Havelitz. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, the motion carries. Madam Clerk.
Anyone wishing to address the Township Council may do so through the Council President. It is preferred if you give your name and address for the record. Comments are to be limited to 3 minutes. However, if appropriate, you may be granted additional time in the sole discretion of the Council President. Members of the public who have joined the meeting virtually and desire to provide comment shall raise their virtual hand in the Zoom application. The meeting moderator will cue the members of the public that wish to provide comment, and the Council President will recognize them in order. Members of the public who have joined the meeting by calling in must press *6 to mute and unmute themselves and *9 to raise their hand. Members of the public who have joined me via the Zoom application must click the reactions icon and then the raise hand icon. Once the process is complete, we will return to the regular order of business.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The floor is now open. I don't see anyone in this chat. Am I correct? No one coming before us in the governing body in the council chambers. Can I have a motion to close the public comment?
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilman Havelitz. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed, the motion carries.
Council President, before the introduction, if I may just give an update on the items. I know they're all pretty self-explanatory, but just for the public's general information. Should have done it during my report, but I didn't. The resolutions this evening, one of the questions that we've received, because taxes are generally due on August 1st, is where's my tax bill? We had a delay getting numbers from the county this year and finalizing the county tax rate, which is not uncommon and sometimes occurs, especially during the third quarter tax bill, as taxes and new tax bills are sent out. Because of the delay, of course, it'd be unreasonable for people to receive their tax bill this week and then have taxes due the end of this week. So to give them additional time, the grace period for the payment of taxes has been extended to August 25th this year. But what everybody does need to know is this. Generally, if taxes were due on August 1st, as long as they are paid by the end of the grace period, which is August 10th typically, there is no additional interest that is charged. However, what everybody must know is that if your taxes are not paid by August 25th of this year, the interest of 8 and 18% reverts back to the August 1st deadline, meaning if you pay on the 26th, you are not 1 day late, you are 26 full days late and each day thereafter. So please ensure that your tax payment is made by the grace period, August 25th. As far as the capital budget amendment resolution, and I will talk about this now as part of the ordinance that will be introduced. There is a slight modification that I'm requesting be made by the council this evening to the bond ordinance that we are asking be introduced. There was some early confusion related to the Stevens Ave parking lot versus the old municipal building parking lot. And we're asking that an additional $300,000 for improvements to finalize the old town hall parking lot be included in this year's capital budget. It is an improvement that, as we have made our agreement with the Historical Society, they are addressing and finalizing all of the building itself, and they have made all of the improvements, including the grounds. But the parking lot is still municipal property. It is property that we are required to maintain. It is frankly in a state of disrepair at this point and has turned into a construction zone, not because of the construction, just because of the status and state of the lot over the number of years that it hasn't been used. So finalizing and completing that lot this year to finally bring that building to life, to provide adequate and safe parking, to provide lighting in the parking lot is something that we are looking to do. It will provide additional downtown parking. It will provide additional parking for our school at night when they have additional programs going on there. It will be able to add to our downtown and our community center here. So we're asking that an additional $300,000 be added to our capital ordinance that is being introduced later this evening as an amendment. As far as Resolution C, it is awarding a professional service contract for health benefits consultant to Frank Cavelli of Professional Insurance Associates. As this council is very well aware, after introducing this year's prior budget, $900,000 increase was due to health insurance increases that the municipality has to pay. That does not include the portion that employees pay themselves. Health costs are skyrocketing year after year after year. This year seeing, I think, a 36% increase, the prior year, a 24% increase in the total health insurance costs. Frankly, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable for the employees to continue to pay these increased contributions. It's not sustainable for the municipality to pay these increased costs. And it's not sustainable for our residents and the taxpayers of this community to continue to pay costs that are increasing at a rate, making up 3%, 4%, and 5% of our annual budget increase by these numbers. On a $27 million budget, and a nearly $1 million increase is not insignificant. And it is a number that gravely impacts our tax rate each year. So going out to find a new insurance provider in conjunction with the employees of this municipality is going to be a win-win. We want the employees to continue to have good medical benefits, but we also don't want them to continue to have to pay rates at the numbers they are. Similarly, the municipality and the taxpayers of this municipality shouldn't have to continue to pay these increased rates at the rates that we've been. So that is what Resolution C is about. It's about finding someone who can try to secure the municipality, including the employees and all of us as taxpayers, better rates for insurance. Any questions from the council on that one? All right, Resolution D is a shared service agreement between Little Falls and Elmwood Park. I've discussed this in the past. This is for UCC Fire Subcode Official and Fire Inspector Services. And James DeMaria, who is our Fire Subcode and Fire Inspector here in Little Falls, is going to be providing services to Elmwood Park, and we will be compensated as well as he will for those additional services, and it will not impact his time and hours that he spends here in Little Falls. Resolution E is a resolution awarding a streetscape improvement to Zucaro, who in the amount of $383,820. This is an incredible number for us because we will be able to cover this as well as the lighting improvements and everything along the stretch entirely with grant funds that were awarded to us by the state of New Jersey at no cost to taxpayers here in Little Falls. So we will be able to continue and beautify our downtown and continue our streetscape all the way down to Van Ness Ave with this award. We've also awarded already Van Ness Ave down to the Dunkin' Donuts strip mall and Tulip Meadows entrance. The issue is we are waiting for PSE&G to provide us with red lines in order for that work to begin. So this work will begin hopefully relatively soon. Next is the authorization and acceptance of the pump station at Tivoli Court. It was actually anticipated almost more than 30 years ago now that the pump station at Tivoli Court would be turned over to the municipality. And the municipality has actually had the benefit of a private owner continuing to pay for and maintain a pump station for 30 years, frankly, at almost no cost to the municipality. After 30 years of continuing to pay this obligation with no actual need because the planning board resolution indicated that it would be turned over nearly 30 years ago. The current owner of the pump station is looking to officially effectuate the turnover of the pump station. So I'm recommending, after 30 years of not having to incur one penny associated with this pump station, that the municipality and council accept the ownership and responsibility now of the Tivoli Court pump station. Council President, that is all of the items on the resolution list, and it addresses the one ordinance that will be introduced this evening. Any
Thank you,
questions
Mayor.
from the council?
Seeing none, we'll move forward. Can I have a motion on the consent agenda? Let's go A through E.
So move.
Moved by Councilman Murphy,
Second.
second by Councilwoman Havelitz. Now, this is A through E. Madam, is this a roll call, correct?
Correct.
Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Councilmember Murphy.
Yes.
Councilmember Havelitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Vanchery.
Yes.
Council President Scoba.
Yes. Have a motion to approve Resolution F.
So moved.
Moved by Councilwoman Havelitz, second by Councilman Murphy. Madam Clerk, call the roll to approve Resolution F.
Councilmember Murphy.
Abstain.
Councilmember Havelitz.
Yes.
Councilmember Vanchery.
Yes.
Council President Scoba.
Yes, we'll move on to our ordinances. You know what? We can hold off on the ordinance. Let's move to can I have a motion to introduce to open the meeting to the public for general matters.
So move.
Moved by Councilman Murphy.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Havelitz. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Madam Clerk?
Anyone wishing to address the Township Council may do so through the Council President. It is preferred if you give your name and address for the record. Comments are to be limited to 3 minutes. However, if appropriate, it may be granted additional time in the sole discretion of the Council President. Members of the public who have joined the meeting virtually and desire to provide comment shall raise their virtual hand in the Zoom application. The meeting moderator will cue the members of the public that wish to provide comment, and the Council President will recognize them in order. Members of the public who have joined the meeting by calling in must press *6 to mute and unmute themselves and *9 to raise their hand. Members of the public who have joined the meeting via the Zoom application must click the reactions icon and then the raise hand icon. Once the process is complete, we will return to the regular order of business.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. For those that want to approach the governing body, the floor is now open. All you need to do is state your name. You do not need to state your address. So the floor is now open. You could approach the podium. Go ahead, sir. Jim, you want to hold up a second? This gentleman is going to come up. Go ahead, sir. You have to come to the podium, sir. We're going to record you. That's okay. It's a formality. It's not a big deal. Good evening.
Charles Cohn. And here today, I was told I'd like to speak to the mayor about maybe getting some help paying my electric bill. And if I am here,
Okay. You mind me asking, Mr. It's Cohen, C-O-N-E?
Cohen.
I'm sorry, C-O-H-E-N.
Yes, yes,
The person that advised you, was that the utility or
utility, yes,
said to come to the governing body to ask the mayor?
yes,
Okay,
if I could
okay.
get some help, yes.
Okay, very good. Mayor?
So what I'm going to ask you to do is this, if you have the contact of the individual at the utility who indicated that you should come here, I would love to talk to them to see if there is some sort of program that exists where municipalities.
In fact, I was just told that the mayor might help.
Okay, so I think unfortunately, you may have been provided bad information then by whoever it was. The municipality itself does not have any services where we're able to provide relief or assistance with the payment of utility bills for residents. We do have some programs, if you qualify, where through our Affordable Housing Trust Fund, we are able to assist in providing improvements to your home that ultimately lands as a lien against the home, that when the home sells, it is paid off. But the theory is that it would have improved or increased the value of the home so much so that it would, the amount borrowed would have paled in comparison to the increase. I don't know of any program, and I will certainly look into a program that may be able to fit this criteria. I don't know of one off the top of my head, but if you don't mind, if you would stick around until after the meeting, or I could ask Mr. Quattrone, the business administrator, to get your contact information if you're trying to head out, so that I can follow up on this and try to get back to you with some information, if any exists, and if it does, be happy to
Well, I would
try to
appreciate
assist.
that. Thank you very much.
I wish I could provide more help right now, but unfortunately, I don't know of one.
Okay, that's what can I say?
Absolutely.
Thank you. For the record, just state your name, please. Thank you. And ma'am, are you going to be speaking? Okay, okay, very good. If you don't mind, just to speak to the mic, so it's recorded.
We're just showing up to see if we can bring to your attention, of course, the situation I think you're aware of, the constant flooding in Francisco Land. You know, in a capsule form, to distill it down, I'm aware that source of the problem is not necessarily Little Falls. However, it ends up in Little Falls jurisdiction and floods the roadway that just causes a lot of havoc. So to me, there's a pecking order of ownership. I understand the source of the problem, maybe in another location. Now we're talking jurisdiction across counties. It's just not a homeowner, but it's way over our heads. We try to consent on. We find it's just very unacceptable to have constant flooding only due to the fact that the infrastructure that's designed to drain water is completely compromised. It's the essence of the green giant garden hose. 5 houses up, 4 houses up on the property. Then we just end up with a torrent that clogs up. And one of the only homeowners down there in Copeland is as well, but we go out and try to maintain the drains in front of their house. Because it's just a survival. It's just sort of see the vortex and the water. And with the traffic that goes through, my red ball boots, I can make it in the street, nobody drives through it, but I've been down, I'm strong. We're here just to see what we can do. There has to be some kind of solution.
So, ma'am, so for the record, you got to announce your name, if you don't mind. Thank you.
But then, as far as you to step up and help us. Get in touch with the county.
And for the record, this is Francisco and Cedar Grove Road, correct? So for the record, so for those, correct. And it affects about 6 or 8 homes at that portion, would you say?
Say, I would say
6 homes.
We've asked the neighbors across the street from us. It's about, it's real. That they get.
And I'm just curious, when you do venture out and remove the debris by the drain, by the sewer manholes, the water goes down?
But there's so much debris. I can't, well, pitchfork and stone. Anthony, you gotta understand with red ball, boots. Standing. You gotta pick up a bunch of beatings, silver, everything's plugging, right? But if I can get it up, if I can get it, you'll see the vortex. There's the trains are doing it. It's just that, I remember several years ago, and he asked me, let me put this in a capsule. When this occurs, if I was to come here, pick up the storm events, pick them up, throw them up on the door, that would be the situation. I said, so eliminate the problem. But now that's illegal. All the debris going in, going in. If they could design a grate, some kind of storm grate, but the problem is you're not going to be able to re-engineer a storm grate for the problem. And I've sent pictures to you guys, seeing them, it's just where does this stuff come? And just because it's source vision, it's Sweet Road, she's on the hill, and terminate working at where Liverpool starts, stop it. Let's see the road. Let them. We need your help.
Mayor?
I wish it were that simple. The issue, and I know we've had hours worth of conversations about this, is you start by saying, and I think we agree that there are times when the actual storm drains are at capacity and unable to accept more water, right? That's typically when the river's very high, that there's back pressure on the pipes, and there's really nowhere for the water to go for that period of time. Eventually, when you are able to clear the catch basins, the vortex forms once the water level goes down a bit, and it does start to suck water out. One of the things that we noticed this storm, and I noticed firsthand driving by, is that the inlet, I'll call it, up Francisco Ave, had gotten completely dammed by debris. And as we see at our bridges, it's usually a larger item that starts catching smaller items, and those smaller items catch even smaller items until it becomes completely blocked and dammed. And the inlet further up the hill got completely dammed. And the issue became all of the water was then coming down Francisco Ave on the street, not in the storm drains, and flooded the area. The problem is that all of the debris from upstream is debris that when the water is running at a reasonable trickle or reasonable rate during normal rains, it's not washing new debris into the stream. During these larger rains that we've had, some of them dropping rain last week, I think as quickly as 6 inches per hour. That was the rate. Thankfully, it didn't last an hour, but a rate of 6 inches per hour. There was all kinds of new debris that was washed into the stream that dammed up the inlet. It becomes an issue of if the inlet isn't accepting more water and it's going down Francisco, if those catch basins aren't free and clear, there's really nowhere for the water to go unless you're clearing those catch basins as you've indicated. We have, and I know you've seen on dozens of occasions over the years, deployed Little Falls DPW personnel to the site to try to free it, try to start clearing it, try to clean some of it on a roadway and on catch basins that are technically maintained, owned, operated by the county of Passaic. We try during storms to do what we can in those areas. We have other local infrastructure that we're also trying to maintain during those storms on several roadways. You're right. It is an issue of debris blocking most of the time. And I don't know how we prevent sticks and leaves and things of that nature from being washed into an open natural stream. And it's something that I frankly don't have a good answer to, and I wish I did have a good solution to. But that seems to be the biggest issue. And that damming of the inlet causes massive flooding down Francisco that ends up right in front of your home, being the lower part of the basin there along the roadway. I wish I had a better answer. I've seen firsthand your problem numerous times. Again, I thought I had part of a solution, which was if the county would redirect the pipes further downstream so that they would eject into the stream going the direction of the water rather than trying to oppose the direction of the river, it might flow more freely. But the issue here doesn't seem to really be necessarily a capacity issue. It seems to be a damming of the inlet issue, which is something that even if the pipes were 8 feet bigger and the water level was low in the river, this wouldn't have solved. So frankly, the debris is an issue that I don't have a good answer to.
If I may, some of the things you said, if I can. What you're referring to is what I consider a very critical situation. Where there's no way now to have it on the bottom. That's something scared of heck out of me. I don't recall, might have been hurricane. But I was out there. The waiters noticed. Really deep water. And there's an inspection plate on all those properties. About 48 inches square. It's a big thing. It's old. It's an inspection. Now across the street at where Jefferson, they decided to put principal manhole on the show. So it's a cast iron manhole. That could be one. That's an eyesore. It's deeper. Here's what scared me. I'm over there working with the board, and I got the drain clear. So another plate started. That's when I knew, put my tools in. That was hurricane. I had 30 inches of water in the station. I was fine. That's critical. Now, I thought it was those output pipes that aren't involved in, they're now underwater. And there's no diversion mechanism. So my theory was the slow dynamics. You got a rolling freight train that's 1 foot, one foot low bridge. That's a high point river. And what it's doing, rather than accepting the water from storm places, it's putting water in. I knew I'm dead beat about that. So, boy, it gets to be, that's what I'm saying. It's got to get that. If you look at that, and put them, that's like 25 inches pipe. It's supposed to sell 4 feet of water. I'm not 15. That's a blither.
I don't disagree with you. Again, that is part of the county's infrastructure there, and it's something that we can try to address with them again. I've tried to address relocating the pipes with them further downstream. I can certainly re-raise the issue. I know these new recent storms we've had have impacted you both times, and it is an issue. It's not one that we've ignored or forgotten about, but it's.
So I just wanted to be clear. There's that real critical situation. That's a native engineering problem, the whole infrastructure. But it wasn't designed. Well, by the way, station by the foundation, so US geological level, that's what we're here. I don't know if that's supposed to be there.
That was installed by Gotham Analytics about
That's
a dozen years ago. It was part of a federal project. It's not one that we've utilized regularly, almost if ever. We've now installed cameras to monitor and view the river in live time. Frankly, that provides a whole lot more information to us than a river gauge that tells us when we can look at it and see how high it is, rather than checking an hour later to see how high the river was an hour ago. Seeing it live is far more beneficial to us than a gauge that gives us delayed information.
I have very good documentation. Really the right issue at the time, but I did document these things. It's still in mind. It's how it goes up. I can document the down. I'm just thinking, like, if I was at the state town, I wouldn't want Little Falls too, and still, I don't want Little Falls flying up infrastructure. Because they're dumping stuff. Oh, I would think Little Falls, you know, so I would think, no. So the thing is, I don't know who's got responsibility. And as you know, spent a lot of money, that the private contract they spent 2 weeks. 85% blockage across the street, my side, 95% block. They cleaned out the infrastructure. That was all cleaned 5 years ago. Why do we allow that? Well, it's so great and all that stuff. Why do we even allow that to go into the infrastructure like the storm? Should stuff like that go in there?
Well, that was part of the grate that was put over the inlet several years ago. That now restricts the size of the objects.
No.
The,
What's happening?
it can't be removed. It's welded in.
Did somebody recently weld it? It's there and then it's not there. It is removed. The county comes in. They don't want it. That causes the trouble. Well, that's part of the problem. That's like air in a drain in a shower. When you put that grate, if you take the grate out of the way, it's just physics. You've got 4 feet of water. That brook is dry. You know that? That brook is bone dry until it rains. Where's the mystery river? That's coming from some,
It's just runoff. That entire stream is from runoff from storms.
but over the period of time, who is the one that finds the rocks to make it like a brook? If you want to.
That I don't know. That certainly predates probably all of us here.
Turns out. Then you. One way. And fix, put rocks in it, so. Run through your yard, so just, that's what I'm saying, it's gotta be some kind of solution. The other problem we're having now is we call. Nobody wants to come and clean up. When I called the North Coast Township, I was told it's a county problem. I told the county. They said it's a little less problem. You know. So what we did is that was on a Thursday, on Friday, last Friday, I called again down. I spoke to Dal. Told her what was going on, but I didn't give her any history. I said, I didn't look, never even called. I didn't call. I just told her what was going on. They have 4 trucks with a trailer, fruit, Friday. They're playing in the boat. They don't touch anything that's in boat. So now you've got logs, don't look on, there's a whole lot across the street. It's about 8-inch diameter. It was, believe it or not, it loaded down. Things, who's gonna clean that up? My landscaping, you know, it's gonna charge. I don't want to clean up. I don't know, you do it yourself, right? Yeah. So anybody would know, the folks across the street with amongst them, just for whatever reason, don't want to think. They also know that it's, it would seem to me, especially across the fuel, landscapers are gonna start charging. Now Dane of DML, he asked me if we could you at least put it in files and put it in the barrel. I got a landscape. So I think, we still have to agree right now as the conference. What do we do? Well, we got caught it twice in the last. It's not. So what do? We still in this case. Yeah. So.
Like I said, I'm happy to talk to the county about the inlet issue, if that is a grate that's being removed, but yeah, like I said, the big issue is, unfortunately, and I hate to pass the buck, none of that infrastructure is maintained, owned, operated by the local municipality. So I will certainly reach out to the county.
Part of that book is owned. Who paid that, to Douglas Drive? That was done a long time.
That I don't know. That certainly predates me.
House that borders the brook on one side, the house on the other. Say Little Falls. One of those 2 houses, that's on the tax. They own it. Now somebody put the ducks there. It developed into the brook. We have to hunt them. Something.
It's difficult to redirect natural runoff. So it's difficult to redirect natural runoff.
So, okay. Right. They did that up by suburban, this thoroughly by the railroad tracks. Cedar Grove. Essex County. If you go up there in New York with your concrete or something, you look down. Find it, concrete for about 20 feet. They let, well, this has a river that goes under the roadway there. It terminates, goes down into the Peckman River. They solved the problem up there. They don't have Lindsay Road being washed out all the time. Francisco Ave can be washed out each and every time. And I find it hard that we're all saying all of us together, but it's the way everything can be.
I said I'll reach out to the county and they should try to fix it because it's their infrastructure.
Like to help you on an informal.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. The floor is still open. For the record, just state your name, please.
Hi, how are you? My name
Hi.
is Pablo.
Your last name, sir?
Crespo. Yeah, here about the same concern because with the separate, we got flood every twice or 3 times a year. And nobody's doing nothing, nobody's helping us. And we had to clean, I had to clean like a 15 bags of debris. We always had the same situation, nobody do anything. So I don't know, we coming here to ask for help, we want some kind of help. We trying to feed that you guys do something and feed this problem for us. It's not only that, it's a couple of neighbors more, but nobody's doing nothing. Nobody is it's already for 5 years that I living here and nobody's doing anything. Nobody's even to clean the street. I had to take care of my property and I even had to clean the street because nobody go there to clean anything. So it's like, we deserve prayer and we ask for help. We just wanna ask for help. I don't know, you guys can do like a fence around the creek, or you can do a bigger pipe to drain all the water, but we wanna hear some solution. We wanna hear something.
I know we had several emails today.
Yeah,
And again, I know you're here at this council meeting in the town where you reside, where you would certainly hope there would be better answers. But the problem is you're in Little Falls, and although Little Falls is within Passaic County owns, maintains, operates the roadway, cleaning the roadway, plowing the roadway in the winter, repair, replacement of curbs if they do, which oftentimes they don't. That includes everything down to the infrastructure that's underneath it. And while you're here hoping for an answer from us, the best answer that I can give you is we can try to talk to the county and address this issue with the county. I've been there with the county engineers. They've come up with ideas and concepts. It's never gotten far beyond that. It sounds like these last storms are really an issue of debris clogging both the inlet and the manholes. So it's not really a capacity issue of the storm drains, which may have been able to accept all of this water. It sounds more like this is a debris issue, which I don't know how we stop branches from falling off of trees and leaves from falling off of trees and all of those things for a mile worth of stream or whatever it may be and getting washed into the stream and clogging these inlets. Because I absolutely sympathize with you. I wish I had a simple solution that we could offer, but I don't know how we stop, branches and leaves and things of that sort from clogging up our inlets and our catch basins during what are these absolutely abnormal storms that we've been seeing.
I think about somebody had to do something. I know that you blame on the county. If I contact the county, blame on Little Falls. So it's like with the separate, nobody helping them. Nobody's doing anything. So I don't know if somebody can do it. I know the last year somebody did something. They opened the road. I don't know what they did, but when they did that, it even worse because before we only have once a year And now maybe we have like a 2 or 3 times. I mean, in the second time, I went on vacation, and when I come back from vacation, I got all my whole yard is full of debris. So it's like, we're the separate. I don't know what we can do. I know that you guys blame on the county, and the county blame on you, but nobody do anything. I don't.
Again, I'm not here to pass the buck, but the clear indicator is the county street sweepers hit the road every time. The county paid to have the pipes cleaned. The county maintains it every time. I don't think the dispute here is over whose infrastructure it is. It is absolutely and clearly the county's infrastructure. That doesn't help solve the problem, saying it's the county's and the county, unless the county takes some action to redirect pipes. But again, that's not the issue. The issue here is really the damming of all of the inlets and catch basins. And I don't know how to prevent sticks and leaves from falling off of trees. And that's what's causing all of these issues and everything to come downstream. So and again, I don't know how to clear them, especially during a storm when all of that pressure is on them, as Mr. Tobin had indicated. It's near impossible to clear the catch basin when there's 2 feet of water over how big of an area pressing down on these individual spots. Water is extremely heavy. It's very difficult, can be very dangerous to be in at times. So I don't know how we resolve this. Like I said, I'm happy to talk to the county again, talk to their engineers. I'm certainly not an engineer, and see if they have something to offer.
We do like a fence around the creek, to stop all the debris, or
And then when a fence is certainly not going to hold back debris. The water will take down a fence every time. We've seen that in any fence that's been installed.
it's fire, like.
And then we put up the fence-like grate along the inlet, and that gets completely dammed and the water just goes around it and back down Francisco Ave. So I don't know what the good answer is here. An engineer from the county is gonna have to assist in trying to find one. And like I said, I'm happy to go to them and ask them.
Please can help us, contact with the county, try to do something, we will have.
Sure, you bet. I certainly didn't say it's the county's job to clean up people's property above the curb. No. I've said when we have available personnel, we've always sent them to Francisco Ave to try to help clear the catch basins during storms. I'm sure have seen it dozens of times. Again, I don't know if that was the exact words or not. I didn't hear the call, but I can tell you again, when we have available personnel to help do those types of things, we certainly send them over to Francisco Ave. I know you've seen it firsthand dozens of times. I've been there with you and our local DPW cleaning it. But the ultimate cleanup after the storm of the roadway itself certainly falls on the county. Falls on the county. Right, the ultimate cleanup, correct. The county will do that. That's correct. But ironically, you told us you made a call the next day as if no call had been made and they sent people. So my point is, you're talking to individuals in the county that might not know what they're talking about. Yeah, you know as well as I do that Francisco Ave is a county road and it certainly falls within their jurisdiction. You bet.
Is there anyone else that'd like to come before us this evening? Seeing no one, can I have a motion to close the public?
Second.
Moved by Councilman Vanchery, second by Councilman Havelitz. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Public portion is closed. We'll move back to our ordinances. Madam Clerk, please read ordinance 1547.
Second reading and public hearing of ordinance number 1547, an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Little Falls and the County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 71, fees, building department fees.
The public hearing on ordinance 1547 is now open. Does anyone wish to speak on 1547? Seeing no one come before us to speak on 1547 is now closed. Have a motion to adopt ordinance 1547.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilman Vanchery. Call the roll to adopt 1547.
Councilmember Murphy?
Yes.
Councilmember Havelitz?
Yes.
Councilmember Vanchery?
Yes.
Council President Scoba.
Yes, Madam Clerk, 1548.
Second reading and public hearing of ordinance number 1548, an ordinance entitled, an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Little Falls and the County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 71, fees, municipal clerk's office fees.
Public hearing on 1548 is now open. Does anyone wish to comment on 1548? Seeing no one coming forward to speak on 1548, the public hearing is now closed. Can I have a motion to adopt 1548?
So moved.
Moved by
Second.
Councilwoman Havelitz,
Second.
second by Councilman Murphy. Roll, please call the roll.
Councilmember Murphy?
Yes.
Councilmember Havelitz?
Yes.
Councilmember Vanchery?
Yes.
Council President Scoba.
Yes. Madam Clerk, 1549, please.
Introduction of ordinance number 1549, an ordinance entitled Bond Ordinance to authorize the making of various public improvements and the acquisition of new additional or replacement equipment and machinery, new information technology equipment, new communication and signal systems equipment, and new automotive vehicles, including original apparatus and equipment, in by and for the Township of Little Falls and the County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $4,733,500 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds, with a second reading and public hearing scheduled for August 10th, 2026.
Have a motion to introduce 1540.
Council
Moved by
President.
Councilman-
I'd ask that this be introduced as revised
As revised by the
Amended.
mayor.
with an additional $300,000 for a total of $5,033,500. A significant portion of which, a very significant portion of which is reimbursed to the municipality through bonds. About $1.1 million of that through the Peckman River bank stabilization. Another approximate $1 million of that as well, being reimbursed to the municipality through bonds. I'm sorry, through grants.
Noted with the changes, make the record show that. So can we go back, have a motion to introduce 1549? Was that by Councilman Murphy? Was correct? Did you, yeah, oh, I'm sorry. Councilman Vanchery made the motion. The second,
So moved.
Councilman Murphy, roll call, please.
Councilmember Murphy?
Yes.
Councilmember Havelitz?
Yes.
Councilmember Vanchery?
Yes.
Council President Scoba.
Yes. Mayor, I know those medals are given out to people that have achieved a lot of winning of games and service as the Girl Scouts as you did tonight, but we have two young people here that joined our meeting. Beyond me why they will sit through the whole, maybe if you'd have it in your heart to give them. I want to thank the entire staff for assisting me in putting on this meeting. Have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Councilman Murphy, second by Councilman Vanchery. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? This meeting is now closed.